Classic Tits and Tots. We did the intro, and we're starting all over again.
Just exactly what happened last week.
But last week was worse. I think we can.
Yeah, because
explain.
I fully deleted it.
We were gone for 1 week, which is tragic, but also it's okay. We don't have a whole team doing this with us.
Literally.
We both work full-time jobs, and you know what? It's just for fun. It's for fun until it's not. Until somebody's like.
Until we're like, holy shit, there's too much to go on, and then you invite them to come over to redo the whole podcast, and then you guys get a little bit too lit while you're making a seafood boil, and then you're like, you know what? Let's just combine them together and call it a day.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
Yeah. There's just a lot right now.
I was saying more of like until someone decides to pay us hella, and then we can get a team behind us.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
I feel like one day, like, you know, we don't get like that many views and stuff, but like one day, one of our podcasts is gonna blow up.
That's what I was
And then we're
thinking.
gonna like just get famous overnight.
Genuinely, like.
Do you think it could be this one?
It could be. Good thing I did my hair.
Is this one ready to be everywhere? I'm ready for people to see me.
I'm like,
fit check.
Alright,
My name's Mia.
Mia. Okay. This is my fit.
So today Tati is wearing red ribbed biker shorts, and it's paired with a similar red ribbed tank top and Nike Air Maxes that are white and clear.
Favorite Max.
And excuse me, she has straight hair and gold earrings on today. Bam, boop-a-bop, boop-bop, wait, bam.
The best thing about this outfit is that I bought it in 2 different places in the same exact day, and it matches exactly.
Like, why are we so lucky in life?
Why is there
a cat?
Literally, Kira is sitting on my chair. She's like, I'm on a podcast.
Kira, you're not a podcaster, mama. Okay, fine. She wants to talk.
Okay, cool.
Kira, what are you wearing today? Kira's wearing a white sweater vest with white matching mittens. And you're just the cutest little baby.
Dude, I think the cider's getting to you.
I know, dude.
Genuinely.
I told you, I took my Prozac and then I had some cider. It fucking hits.
Oh yeah, I think you're not
told
supposed to do that. Anyways, Sabrina is wearing a All-American Girl inspired romper. It has flowers on it. It's loose. It's probably from the 90s.
Shoulder pads.
Shoulder pads, a little ruching, some
then-
purple buttons. Cowboy boots, you know, fulfilling the All-American Girl look. It is Super Bowl Sunday.
And some little blue earrings and a necklace. And this romper's just getting looser as I wear it.
And your hair is really curly.
Yeah,
So,
I took a shower this morning. I washed my hair.
Ladies, don't forget, hair is the biggest accessory. Like, you can look fucking shitty with your outfit, like sweatpants.
Put a slick bun, you're fucking sleek as shit.
But when you wear it with your hair down, different vibe.
If you wear it with like a messy or like a weird ass hair, I don't know. I really think that shit is hitting me right now.
You need to calm down a little
I
bit.
also drank like a coffee this morning.
Dude, I drank a coffee, and I drank a lemonade, and then I took some biotin, and then I took some vitamins, and I'm like, healthy shit. But you know what? I'm gonna pig out later. Like,
yeah, I have no idea what I'm gonna eat.
I'm gonna
I don't even know, like, where can you even watch the Super Bowl at?
I think everywhere. I think it's like live stream on YouTube at this point. Genuinely.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it's accessible. It's like kind of the law.
So today is the Super Bowl.
And it's
And
Valentine's
Sunday.
week.
And it's Valentine's week when this will go up. So we
Yeah.
film it Sunday, Super Bowl, and then the next Sunday is Valentine's Day.
Right.
So I feel like I'm going to talk about whatever, you know, a couple weeks ago we were talking about like how I went on a date and shit.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, we should update, you know? I guess
Yeah.
it's going pretty well. Literally so embarrassing. It's that the only podcast that he's listened to is that one that we talked about him.
Right.
And it literally is so fucking embarrassing to me. Like, imagining what we were saying and shit, but I'm going to tell him, like, don't listen to this
I
next
don't
episode.
really remember what we talked about, but I assume whatever we said was like first impressions, like what happened, and then me analyzing everything, and that's just so embarrassing.
Yeah, it was also like about the sound and stuff. And then he, like, the way that he brought it up to me was like, oh, so where do I submit my application for the intern position?
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, like, isn't that what you said on your podcast? And I was like,
That he could be your sound guy.
and I was literally like, I wanted to fucking die. Like, and then he kept bringing it up and shit, and I was like, oh my god, this is so embarrassing. Like, okay, also, I talked about feet pic stuff in that, and he hasn't brought that up
I
yet.
feel like it didn't really bug him that much. Like,
He hasn't brought it up
can't
yet.
really bug him. It was your first date. Like, what are you supposed to do? Cut off your feet, guy? Like, it's
Cut
hard.
off my number one client?
Yeah,
Pay my rent?
and play the mud. Like, how does he think he can afford this place? You
Yeah,
know, like,
literally.
It takes some time and money, and it's hard to
He
find
hasn't
a
brought it
person.
up, but I mean, if he brings it up, whatever.
Okay, big question. Are you going to cut off the feet guy?
I don't know yet.
Dude, this is what I'm saying. Okay. So
I feel like that's like easy money.
Okay.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
I think we're on the same page. I think you're not gonna cut him off.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying.
But I don't even know if it would like make him uncomfortable. Like when we're at that point where we can have a conversation like, oh, do you mind if I sell feet pics on the internet?
I feel like you guys have like are been comfortable enough to say that already. Like,
well, he hasn't brought it up, and he listened to the podcast, so he didn't say like, oh, do you actually sell feet pics?
Oh, do you think he like? I don't think he would think you're joking about that though. Maybe it doesn't actually bug him. I don't know. Anyways, I always tell Sabrina, like literally so long, like even when she was in relationships, I would always tell her like, you're the kind of person that's gonna fall in love one day and then get married like 2 months later. Like literally, that's how I just
fall in love fast.
Yeah,
I'm not in love though. Like, but I swear, like I do like people fast, but it honestly has been so long.
It's nothing bad though,
that I've even liked somebody.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that's like your personality type.
Yeah, like it's because like I'm a Scorpio and I'm really intense. Like I'm an intense person.
Yeah.
So then when I like love or like give my emotions to someone, it can also be intense. And like a lot of the guys that Tati's referring to that like I fall really fast for, they're also Scorpios. He's not a Scorpio. He's an Aquarius, but like he kind of has really similar.
And I am like the complete opposite. Like I'm a Virgo. I'm very pragmatic, realistic, and organized, and I plan everything out. And like that means, like I'm in a long-term relationship, and I'm like the complete. Not that I'm like the complete opposite, but I feel like
kind of
you're very like passion-driven, like in relationships and stuff. And I feel like I'm the complete opposite. Like I'm a planner. You know, it's so weird. Like it's genuinely so weird. Like seeing you, like when you like someone or in a relationship, not talking about this situation right now, but just in general, like when you're in your relationships, you are very like emotional about your relationship.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's also
different.
like a reason why it's like hard for me to like, that's why I don't really talk to that many guys or like start dating, because I know how I am and I know how emotional that I do get. And that's why I have like built a really big guard up around like, oh, look, I'm not going to let myself like guys, because then it's like, fuck, it's all in for me.
Yeah, but I think that's also why I feel like you know that you actually really like this person, because you've been like that for such a long time that you know like your boundaries and stuff.
That I'm actually letting it happen. Not like, okay, I'm just gonna, he's not gonna listen to this podcast.
I told her I think that he will. Secretly.
I think he would respect
let's
if
give him
I
a
said
message
no.
right now. If you're watching this, stop.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I think we can, like, we would probably have a conversation about this eventually anyways, but whatever. So I feel like in the past, like, especially the way that we grew up, like, today we were thinking of talking about, like, how we were when we were young, like, we were fucking ratchets, you know?
Like, really crazy,
like, we would just,
off the hinge, like, dumb
like,
people.
hopefully Mike doesn't listen to this either, but, like, we would just, like, hang out with a bunch of guys and, like, you know, use guys, and, like, they would just take us places, or we'd use them to get food, like, whatever. It was just, like, how it was, and we would, like, go out a lot, like, be in the streets, like, literally we were the streets.
We were the streets.
And, like, I feel like since being kind of exposed to, like, that lifestyle, I guess, like, since a young age, and then, like, constantly being, like, hurt by guys, and I've talked about, like, relationships before, that, like, when I start to like someone, like, it's so instant and, like, natural for me to just be like, oh, I have to start playing games. Like, I have to, like, start being toxic. I have to start being, like, a fuck girl. Like, I have to, like, put something up just in case something happens. Like, I have this one up on them. And, like, I guess it's just about, like, being vulnerable and stuff. And, like, it's, I feel like from that young age, like, thinking about it is like, oh, yeah, that's probably why. Like, it's always been just a game.
Yeah, I can totally relate to that. Like, I remember I would always talk to guys and they were just, like, complete assholes. Like, genuine assholes that I was, like, completely, like, head over heels about. Like, I would literally just care about hanging out with guys. I didn't care about school. I didn't care about my family. I didn't care about anything. I would just care about, like, whatever guy I was talking to. Yeah, the attention that they would give me. And it's because, like, when you seek attention from, like, a player, like, you really are attracted to it for some reason. I don't know what it is. Because
it honestly hits different.
Yeah,
like,
it does.
It's crazy. Like, you will have the nicest guy. Like, for example, like, Trent or whatever, you know, and then, like, the most fuckboy boy in the whole world, and then you're like, fuckboy, like, it's fun. Like, honestly, it's more exciting, but it's, like, really not healthy.
Yeah, like, honestly, even with my current boyfriend, like, that's how it was. Like, we were really friends for a long time, and he liked me a lot, and I, like, wouldn't reciprocate any of that energy because I was like, oh, well, he likes me, like, I don't have to fight for his attention.
But, okay, let's be honest, you would reciprocate it a little bit enough to keep him around.
Yeah, I would.
You know what I mean? To keep him liking you, you would give him enough, like, hints or, like, little flirtatious things where it would play with his mind, and he would be like, oh, she might, there's, like, a possibility and stuff.
And at that point, it wasn't that I didn't, like him or anything. I was just, like, so, like, used to how I was, like, with guys and stuff that I just, like, didn't think twice about it, like, at all. And it wasn't, like, when we got serious or anything, I was, like, talking to other guys, but it was more of, like, to get to that point, it took a really, really long time.
It's hard. Especially when you're used to, like, always being with the fuckboy and shit. Like, it's hard to open up and trust that someone's, like, not just gonna fuck around on you. Right. And, like, Mike's, like, a really good guy and stuff, so really I'm sure, like, based on, like, the guy that you were with before, like, and then going to Mike where he's, like, secure and, like, he's caring and he, like, makes a lot of effort to, like, where this guy's, like, 2 a.m., what are you doing? I'm gonna hit you up. Like, come drive with me to this view. It's, like, you know, it's a really big adjustment when you're, like, going from, like, a guy who's, like, kind of shitty to, like, someone who's actually, like, a genuinely healthy guy.
Yeah, and I think that's why I'm so okay with being with someone for so long, because I'm like, I already had experienced the whole asshole thing. Like, I don't necessarily care for
like, you kind of, like, know what's out there.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't really think that being single is, like, something that I would want, not because of, like, it's bad or anything. It's just because, like, I know how shitty guys can be.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's how I was, honestly, like, in, like, old podcasts and stuff, like, I've talked about, like, how I haven't really dated for, like, such a long time and stuff, just because, like, I was healing from a lot of shit, and I feel like, even, like, now that I'm starting to talk to this guy, like, I can tell the way that I feel and stuff, like, isn't, like, normally how I feel about guys. Like,
it's, like, so shocking to you.
Yeah, like, because I've been, like, talking to, or dating someone for, like, a year and a half, I guess. Like, really, really casually, like, on and off, like, for a year and a half, and, like, the way that I feel about this guy now is, like, way different than I felt about this guy who I've been talking to for, like, a year and a half, and, like, even, like, he's been, like, hitting me up and saying, like, oh, like, let's hang out, whatever, blah, 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 and I'm just like, fuck, like, I don't even want that anymore. Like, that's, like, such a big thing for me, like, for me realizing that, like, I'm okay with, like, letting go of these hoes, but it's hard for me to, like, to be like,
but don't say it like it was easy for you, too.
Yeah,
like, it was something that you, not that it's been that long.
This is, like, 2 days ago. Literally, where I'm just like, fuck, like, this guy keeps texting me, he keeps thinking something's wrong, and I'm playing it. I'm playing, like, oh, like, no, we're good, don't worry, we're good, like, sorry, I've been busy, blah, 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 but, like, that's not the truth. Like, I just don't hit you up because I don't like you.
Yeah, but I was also telling Sabrina, I was like, from the beginning, when she started talking to this guy, I was like, he's a straight fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
Like, that's how aggressive I was.
I feel like now that we're not talking, like, or I'm not, like, chatting with him anymore, then, like, I can say weird ass shit on the podcast, like, that he's said before.
Okay, yeah.
Like, let
me say this, though, because I feel like
well, not now, like, in the future.
You would get offended when I would call him weird and stuff.
Yeah.
You genuinely would. But I didn't mean it any harm. I meant it, like, genuinely, the way I saw it from, like, an outsider's perspective, I was like, this guy's a douchebag that has no, like, good intentions at all from the beginning. So, like, just don't waste your time. Like, I get it's fun, I get it's casual, you don't have, like, feelings attached to it, per se, but it's still energy being wasted.
Yeah, but I feel like, for me, like, it was just a long time of, like, I wasn't really chatting with anyone, so, like, when he would text me, like, I would be like, okay, like, let me just go along with the same with, like, the intention thing. Like, it was just, like, attention, you know, someone, like, hyping you up and shit, and, like, obviously, like, we would hang out, and when I would come home and stuff, and, like, I feel like that was just, like, fun. So, like, now that I'm, like, actually seeing someone who's, like, puts in so much, like, more effort than this guy has ever put in for, like, so long, and, like, he communicates really well, and, like, everything, like, I feel like I'm just, like, internally, I'm like, fuck it. I just need to continue to fuck with this guy in case something happens with this other guy.
Yeah, but then I was like, that's just gonna go nowhere. Like, it's just forever
like,
gonna be
either way, like, if something bad or doesn't bad happen, like, it's still not gonna be good.
And I think now you know that there's, like, way better out there. And it's not necessarily easy to find or quick or fast, and it is for some people, but it doesn't mean that you gotta rush it or, like, give those people your time of day. Cause, like, he honestly was so fucking weird. Like,
he's really weird, honestly.
Do you want to give some examples?
I don't even know, like, how to even say. He's just really, okay, like, the last straw, basically.
Wait, is, like, tell them what his,
he's a Leo.
Son,
which when I talked about my crazy ex, he was also a Leo.
Yeah.
So I don't really fuck with Leos that much, but he kind of has that same crazy energy. He basically just would, like, be like, oh, I'm gonna come over in a little bit. I would clean the house, clean the litter box, take a shower, shave my legs, and then I would not hear from him for, like, a whole week. And I'd be like, what the fuck? And then he would hit me up, like, where have you been? Like, why haven't you hit me up? Like, where are you? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, you were the one. Like, and I was like, that was rude. Like, that's just rude how you act and, like all this shit. And in the meantime, like, other people are making so much effort that he's just really, like, no communication, no effort. Like, it's just, like, fucking stupid.
In my opinion, it was, like, worse than no communication. It was, like, manipulative. Like, he would ghost you, and then he would attack you for not following up, and, like,
and being like, why haven't you texted me? Like,
and it's
like, what?
First of all, it's not a situation where it's, like, your feelings are really involved. So for you to go and like tell someone like, oh, like I'm like, you know, why didn't you hit me up? Like I was waiting or something like that. Like not that he said those exact things, but that was like, in my opinion, just manipulative. Like why act like you weren't the one who ghosted you?
Yeah.
And then acted like, oh, you're
like
such
it
an
was
asshole.
my fault. Like I knew it wasn't my fault, but it kind of just like was like, okay, whatever. Like
but you had to deal with it.
Yeah, it was just like annoying. I was like, I can't believe the nerve of this guy sometimes. Like it would just be out of the world. So whatever. Like I feel like in being vulnerable, like that's kind of why I brought it up. Like you know, we have different like outlooks or like viewpoints on like love and stuff. And I guess like with Valentine's Day coming up and shit, like that's why I kind of just wanted to talk about it. Like being vulnerable, like, you know, in the beginning with you and Mike, you had to be vulnerable, and right now I'm like, fuck, being vulnerable is so hard for me.
I think you're definitely at that stage where it's like really, like you're really being vulnerable. Yeah. And for me, especially like that happened like over a long period of time. Yeah. Like I took it very, very, very slow.
Yeah. I mean, even my past guys that I've talked to, I was never like vulnerable. Like I wouldn't cut off other guys. I would always have someone in the background.
Except for one person, kind of.
Who I was with. Like if they were my boyfriend, that's different.
Yeah, but I'm saying like even from the beginning, I think it was kind of different with that person, and that person was nicer than other guys, and then it ended in a bad way, so that's why it's like
so then it's like, fuck, I'm even gonna be vulnerable with this guy, and like then I get hurt, you know what I mean? So like right now I'm just like talk to my therapist and all this shit, and I'm just like, I don't want any like negative energy in this thing, so I'm just gonna like stop negative energy. Like I don't know where he's at, like maybe he's not doing the same thing, and that's fine, but like I know what I want. I'm just trying to like take it as how I feel, and like even if like he's talking to other girls, whatever, like I'm just kind of like, well, I know that I don't, so I'm just gonna cut it off. And actually messaging someone saying like, oh, I'm seeing someone, like I can't like reply to you anymore, like I don't want to, you know. It was like literally something I've never done in my whole entire life.
It's crazy.
Like usually I would still hang out with him, hook up with him, and be like, oh, like if I do this, then it kind of gives me like a one up on this other guy.
Which is crazy to think like that, because
I think it's just like trauma and hurt.
No, it is, but I also think it's like you're so honest about realizing it, so that's really good, because I think you're just honestly putting up like healthy boundaries.
Yeah. I'm trying to just be like more healthy, like even like say if things don't work out with this guy right now, like in my future, like I don't want to continue to play games because of my past when like these are new people. Like even if this isn't something that goes far with this guy, like I just want it to not be something that I continuously carry into my other relationships. Like even if it's not this guy, another guy, like I'm never going to be happy with it if I don't like get over the past.
Because in some way you can always think like, well, maybe it was me. If I'm the one who's doing that. And then now it's more of like, no, well, I'm doing all the right things, you know, as much as possible.
Like, I'm trying. And especially, like, with that toxic ex and stuff, like, in therapy, we're just kind of, like, talking about how much that makes me, like, afraid of being vulnerable and stuff and, like, trying to work through that. And, like, if I don't get through it now, like, I'm never, ever going to find a relationship where I'm happy, because I'm never going to be over it.
And I think the good thing, too, is, like, with that really toxic relationship, like, obviously you were very young and, like, vulnerable in those situations where, like, you're gullible about things and like easily manipulated. And then now that you've been in that relationship and you know what red flags look like, you don't really have red flags with this current situation. So I think that's really good, because now you know how to base things off of something that started more healthy than in other situations.
Yeah, like looking at the red flags from the jump. Like if I would have looked at the red flags with that weird guy that I've said that I've been talking, like the first date was fucked up, you know? Like I should have like just noticed from the beginning of how weird he was.
Right, and
you
know, and then tell you that.
Like I was told like, oh, don't hang out with him again, but I'm like, oh, fuck it, whatever, you know.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think I just wanted to chat about that. Maybe
Serena just wanted like an extra therapy session today.
Yeah, that's literally me in therapy. And then when I did send that text to my therapist, I was in therapy. And she was like, why don't you just text him right now?
I love that.
And I was like, no, I have to think about it. And she was like, well, do you need support? Like, I can be here for support, and you can send a text right now. And I was like, fuck, you're right.
That's pretty crazy.
And I sent it, and I was like, whatever. It is what it is.
And I want to say also, like, his response just showed that in the end of the day, like, he didn't really care for anything serious. So it was like, again...
Even if nothing ends up happening with this one guy, like, I need to realize these things, and I need to figure out, you know, what I deserve, I guess. And, like, this guy wouldn't have gone anywhere anyway, so it's like, whatever. Losing him isn't anything, like, even if, like, at the end of the day. So, whatever.
It's fine.
So, speaking of, like, when we were young, we had this idea.
So I thought it would be fun to go through, because you guys don't really know, like, our backstory. Like, genuinely how weird and ratchet we used to be. Honestly, I, like, own it, because I'm so different from that now that I just think it's funny.
Like, it's like what we were saying, like, it builds us up.
But also, if I was to meet my high school self,
I would slap me in the fucking face. I was the biggest brat and thought I was the coolest bitch in the world.
I wouldn't recognize myself, like, at all. My personality, like, the things I would joke about, I'm just not like that. And, like, I remember, like, kind of when, like, the switch flipped, like, for the first 2 years of high school, didn't care about anything except for, like, going out and making friends. Like, that's all I cared about, hanging out with people on the weekends. And I had such shitty grades. Like, I had to go to, like, summer school and, like, retake classes and stuff, which is weird as fuck, because when I was in college, I was, like, all I cared about, like, on the weekends and the weekdays was getting good grades. And it's so weird. Like, I was just gross. And not like you cared about school because you were, like, at a private school, but, like, one day I just realized, like, oh shit, like, I have to go to college soon. I should probably pay attention in class.
You know what's crazy is, like, the day that you realized that, probably the next day I realized that, because I literally remember, like, my freshman year. So say that's, like, your sophomore.
End of sophomore year.
End of sophomore year. So the end of my freshman year, or the end of my sophomore year as well. Like, I remember, like, also, like, not giving a fuck. Like, I would just put in no effort, nothing in school. Like, I would just, like, not care. And I wouldn't apply myself. And then I remember, like, Tati saying, like, fuck, I need to get on this shit because I'm going to go to college. And then I remember thinking, what am I going to do when Tati goes to college? And I was like, fuck, like, I'm going to have no one to fuck around with. And literally, like, I remember you being, like, such a big inspiration for me to be like, oh, fuck, like, grades matter. And then you started to say, like, oh, junior year, like, really matters, like, to go to school, all this shit. And I was like, holy shit. And then I really, really started to apply myself because I started to see you, and I think, like, you know, we just have a big influence on each other, like, even from a young age and shit. Because look at us now, both degreed up and with a job.
It all happened that one day I had a strong ass epiphany.
Yeah, and then the epiphany hit me right in the face back, and I was like, wait, I can't be ratchet alone. Like, if my fucking roll dog is not going to be with me, like, I'm going to have to do what she's doing, which means go to college. And then I realized, too, like, fuck, we do want to go to college. Like,
I really was like, I didn't even think about the fact that I was going to go to college. I didn't even know where I wanted to go. Like, that's how...
You know, in that moment, we lived a little bit too much in the moment.
Yeah,
too much in the moment. We were just like, fuck it, we're in high school, who cares? But then, like, I remember, like, thinking, like, oh, shit, like, our grades now are going to get us into a college. And I remember thinking, like, fuck, I don't want to live here forever. Like, I want to move away and all this shit. Like, having those conversations for sure. But, like, let's show you guys.
Like, just to get some proof, and then if you guys are listening on the audio, then maybe tune into the video for this portion of the video, because we're going to pull up the old photo bucket, you know?
Oh, God, okay.
Go through these pictures.
This is me and Tati.
I want to start by just pointing out what Sabrina's username on Photo Bucket is.
Sabrina Rocks 123.
And mine was Team Switzerland 77.
I feel like gross these bottom pictures down here, so because like I was literally.
Let's start. Okay, here we can start here. So here I am, classic.
Wait, can we do this one first?
Okay, no, the ones before that.
Oh yeah, facts.
Okay, no, go more, a little bit more.
Oh, this is like when we started to be mature.
This is when we did start to be.
When we started wearing tights under our shorts.
Yeah, so this is a classic outfit. You can see here we're even matching with each other. Wearing shorts, some tights. I'm pretty sure I was wearing like a bodysuit from American Apparel.
We both were wearing bodysuits,
a belt, and then like a cardigan over, like
with our hair extensions.
Yeah, and we had hair extensions in, but I would curl mine, and they would like have two different textures in the top.
Yeah, and they were. I remember when. One day we were like, we need hair extensions. Yeah. And then we had like this huge thing from like your first communion or quinceañera of just a bunch of coins. And I remember, your grandma gave it to you, and then we were like, fuck it, let's go to like near Style 7 and Food for Less. And then we went to Food for Less, cashed it all, and we had like $70, which like in high school, that's a lot of money.
Let me say,
we got 2 extensions.
We got 2 extensions. I got a set, Sabrina got a set, and at the time I had my hair kind of dyed like the color that I have now, but a little more blonde. And it matched perfectly. Yeah. Like, that shit was good, but I also want to point out that I had those extensions in for, like, a fucking year.
Yeah, and also, like, we spent $30 each on it. And thank you for getting me my extensions.
Dude, everybody wore extensions back then.
Literally, like I remember, like, being nervous to hook up with guys. It's like, fuck, they're gonna film my extensions.
We would say that. We'd be like, like, what happens when they grab your hair? Which is so funny.
And they would be clip-ins. I remember I would have, like, little bald spots where the clips would go on my head. And then, like, after a while, like, my hair would just fall out. And, like, I would have nowhere to clip the hair extensions in. So this is us, hair extensions in. This is Tati, no extensions, but curly hair, not brushed out.
No, not brushed out. Those are the quinceañera curls, as we would say, and also taking photos on like Photo Bucket, I think, directly. Yeah. Because look at those filters and that corset. Honestly, this outfit's cute.
This is like so cute.
I would wear it.
This is when we were like fashionistas, the baddest bitches.
We always were into clothes.
I'm mad that we had the most bitches back then. like this. I'm just gonna skip that one because I'm underage.
So this is me in my family room. I have no idea what I'm doing. But that's how weird I used to be. Like I would just make weird ass fucking jokes. And there's my extensions not matching. This is like, I remember this night.
You do?
Yes, this was like a very like classic weekend for us.
Yeah.
That day, I got my tongue pierced.
That's the day you got your tongue pierced?
No, I think it might not be the day I got my tongue pierced, but it's the day that I took pictures and like posted it. So
we got ready to take the pics.
Yeah, we got ready to take the pics, and I had bangs. And
this is taken on like a. What's it called? Like, a plug-in camera for the computer. Like you have to plug it in.
Like a plug-in webcam.
Yeah, a plug-in webcam. That if you can't
tell.
Wait,
I want to point my cleavage out in this. Like, I used to wear like fucking push-up bras. Like now I don't. Like I just rock my itty bitty titties, but
I was at the tits and the tots.
Yeah,
like
I literally had. Look at those.
Obey. These are Trenin. This is who we talk about. Trenin, like literally, it's Trenin's glow up. Like Trenin's probably like 50 pounds more now of just muscle, right?
Super, yeah, exactly.
This is like who we would kick it with. This is like a little.
Okay, this is embarrassing, but also I want to point out the pics again.
I'm shy.
Do a little zoom.
Ow, fuck!
The poses are classic. We're definitely waiting to watch a movie
at the $2 theater.
Yeah, at the $2 theater, and I'm wearing again like how I used to. I would do a side part with my bangs and then curl it to the side.
Dude, why are we low-key matching again?
Sabrina did too. And then we would wear jeans. We would tuck in a shirt that was like flower print.
Yeah.
Cardigans and then
or denim jacket. We only had like one denim jacket between us, so we had to like switch off.
Why did we do that?
And then the quinceañera outfit. Let me find a picture. Oh, is this at a quinceañera? Okay, this is exactly what I was talking about. You'd wear like a little tight little fucking spandex skirt, a little shirt, and a denim jacket usually, and then some boots.
And then curl your hair and like twist it to the side. But wait, I'll go back. I want to point something out. Okay, so like literally every weekend we would go to a new quinceañera.
And we wouldn't know the person. There's like this one place right next to Tati's house, so we could walk there. Called the Bingo, and like we would just like go and like be like, oh, there's a quinceañera happening. Like let's just go.
Just walk in.
And everyone from Pasadena would be there, so it would just be like a party with a band that wouldn't get shut down.
Right. Exactly.
And we could dress up. That's like where we started to love dressing up. We were just like, fuck it, let's go to a quinceañera.
And we would get like a new skirt. We'd go to like Santee Alley on the weekends to the fashion district, and then just get like whatever skirt was there, like with $20.
Yeah.
And then share clothes. Sabrina,
there's
the west side.
Okay, let me skip through these. Oh. Hold on, intermission.
So we're back, and we are now transitioning to my Facebook, which is honestly the most embarrassing thing ever. Like Sabrina,
I deleted mine.
Let me just say
there's too much cancelable shit on there.
Me too, but I put everything on private. Like no one can see this. But the worst part about this is that like, at least your photo bucket was like pretty cute. Like honestly, this is just ratchet and disgusting and embarrassing.
No, I feel like low key like. Right now, we think about it that we looked ratchet and ugly. But, like, during the time, that's how everyone looked, and we low-key looked the baddest.
I hope so, because it's just so embarrassing.
But everyone looked ugly, you know what I mean? So this is
the first thing I want to point out is the album cover name on this photo.
We were, like, trying to find pictures of ourselves, and this is called Sat.
And it was for Sabrina, Alexis, and Tati with the heart. Okay, click on the photo. Like, just look at this. This
you
is
can't
like
say it's not cute.
The angles, the
snapback,
and
the rosary,
like,
and the bangs.
Also my hair. What the fuck? Like,
it's like you have a wig on.
I have so much hair in the front. My hair is so
big. You got a helmet on.
I do not need extensions. Maybe for length, but not for fullness.
What is? Okay. In this photo, Lex is holding her Obey stickers with her phone flipped open.
And you know that she stole that from like Zoomies. No, we probably stole it from
Borders.
Yeah, Borders.
My cat's going crazy.
Snapbacks. Okay, this photo. Can go back. Oh yeah. Okay, this photo is after my quinceañera. That's what I thought was the best way to capture myself. I had a full glam on, and I said, put the flash on.
Fun fact about Tati's quinceañera, then. The same day of her quinceañera was my aunt's wedding, and like I really wanted to go to her quinceañera because everyone in Pasadena was gonna be there, and I needed to be there. Like I couldn't just miss out on the quinceañera.
Yeah.
And I left my aunt's wedding early, and I asked some random person, "Can you take me to?"
But where'd you leave from?
The wedding.
I know, but what city was it?
Oh, it was like in downtown LA.
Yeah.
And I was like, can you take me to the church or whatever? Like, I have to go to my friend's quinceañera. I had FOMO even back then. Like, I was so FOMO.
This one with the cute bangs. I still have that. I just threw it away. That's my little brother with the tongue. Okay, go back to this. Okay, I used to like wear a fucking...
The sidekick.
Bright ass yellow backpack, and look at my cell phone. Like, I didn't even have the full sidekick. Like, this is embarrassing. It was just
a bootleg sidekick?
A bootleg sidekick.
I had Verizon, so I never had a sidekick.
There with a snapback.
Wait. Let's look at the Twilight poster in the background. Yeah. Snapback. Remember we mentioned, like, kind of a messy room. No offense.
Hell of a messy room. This is so embarrassing. Okay, another thing I want to point out is my cleavage in all these photos. Like, okay, I don't have big boobs, and I didn't back then. If anything, they were small.
Victoria's Secret bombshell bra came out in 2012, and it changed everyone's boobs.
I just can't keep. I can't. Like, I'm gonna have to blur this out. Genuinely, this. What the fuck with the red?
I remember that exact shirt because I have another shirt. I have another picture of me in that shirt.
I would wear that shirt nowadays. I was probably wearing a hat here.
I'm reading one comment. I know you're not sharing the comment, but it just says booty call.
And I posted that.
Here's to the past.
It was great knowing you, or something like that. What the fuck?
That is too funny.
This is my best friend from middle school. And this photo. This is
like the start of what we were saying, Mike, in the beginning. Okay. Tati's still ratchet in this photo, but like.
Okay, but I calmed down. I like didn't dress as ratchet, but I still took ratchet photos. And this is kind of like how everyone would take. I didn't know how to take pictures, and I still don't.
During the time, this was the time, like 2011, 2012.
And I don't really know how to take photos now, but like I wouldn't take this photo and put those filters. But my current boyfriend texted. He captioned this photo, or like he commented on it saying, "Chunti."
And Tati's caption is, "I'm just me. Be happy with that."
And I remember, like, I blocked him, and I got in a huge argument with him. You don't see it anymore. I don't know why. But that's how we started talking to each other. Or I blocked him for like a year, and then he came to PHS. But whatever.
Where did he go before?
Blair.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. Yeah. This is me and Tati. We're at Six Flags or Disneyland.
No, we're probably at Six Flags.
My sandwiches.
Know how small my boobs are in here. This is the real boob size, not the fucking cleavage. But this one with my butt in it, I had to get my butt in it a little bit. This is Emily Mejia, best friend from like elementary school. Again, this was like we would go home from confirmation class and then take photos on her photo booth. Stacy Asadillo.
Oh, dude, you were popular as fuck.
Yeah, I had a lot of friends back then. And
then me came, and I was the only friend.
No, we were like really close still, but I would hang out with a lot of people, and now I really don't.
I remember thinking.
Daniela, we're still friends. I'm wearing my 8th grade jacket. Oh, check this out. Her feathers in her hair. Do you guys remember that? But do you guys remember that? I used to wear these, and you'd buy them like in Santee Alley or some shit.
What about the earrings?
Karen Gredvig. Earrings too. Oh, they're earrings.
Who's else at Disneyland?
This is a classic day. This is like the first day we all like hung out for like a full day. And
my dad, he came to LA and he bought like passes to go to Disneyland, and then it had like, it was like a 2-day pass, but he only went for 1 day, so he gave us all the passes, and this was like iconic.
This was such a good day. The Obey though. Let's talk about that.
Obey was a cultural reset.
That was like classic. Oh, this picture. Iconic.
This Halloween, this night.
This is the night that Sabrina peed on her candy bag and then fed it to her mother the next day. And this is the day that... Oh, this wasn't the day that happened. But, yeah.
There's a lot of tea that comes out of this picture.
There was a lot of hookups this day. Let's just say that.
That, like... We're so fuck dreamy, bro.
Dude, this photo was probably like, I was like, this is the photo. Look at my lips. They used to be so big. Quinceañera without the flash. Me and Dustin. Look at what I used to wear. Like the bra, but then the cut off shirt on the side, and then I would wear a bandeau.
Flex.
Classic. Quinceañera. Oh, this photo I took in Mexico.
I remember this is when our style started to change.
Yeah, look at, what am I wearing?
We were like boho chic at this time.
But my beanie though.
Yeah, I remember beanies were a big thing.
This is a good photo. Another good one. Look at the outfits.
The button-up shirts.
Oh, my hair. You can see where the extensions start.
Where it's so thin at the bottom.
Oh, this is a classic one from...
I think we showed that one on mine.
Photo bucket. Cute. In my bathroom. Look at my hair, how short it was. Oof. Me and Lex at St. Elizabeth. Me showing how much money I got.
From your coins.
Oh, we bought extensions this day.
Is that it?
Yeah. This is when I turned in
fuck with us, all quarters was me.
I think we both spent $70.
Oh, we both spent $70 because we had 100.
The day we bought extensions. Oh, that's not good.
What is that? I like the sound of that.
Bangs. That was my caption.
Oh.
That's so embarrassing. I would never. Okay, that's it. That's all I need to show. I think there's more photos of us together though. Goodness gracious. I have so many friends. I have 1,700 friends on there.
Dude, I had to delete it.
Oh, these are all my cover photos. Fucking vibes, dude.
Nothing but vibes.
Oh, this is a good one.
Did you show that? Oh.
Look how cute we look. This is at Daniela's
Classic.
quinceañera. Look at Lupe in the back. This is my partner, Sabrina. Your partner was Trent. I forgot about that. I'm pretty sure.
No,
Oh,
my
he was
partner was
with
Anthony.
Becky. I'm trying to find a photo of me and Sabrina. Oh, Sabrina took this pic. Classic.
Camera.
Dude, look how good my hair looks though.
I've always been good at taking pictures.
Well, how about the back?
That was when we first got a wand.
Yeah.
That changed our
When
life.
we got wands. Do you guys remember that in like 9th grade or 9th grade when we were in 9th grade?
When the wand came out.
Yeah, the curling wand came out and everybody would do their hair with wands. Like nobody would straighten their hair.
Mm-mm.
Why was straight hair not a thing at all? You know what?
Because they all had extensions and it didn't look good with straight hair.
This was exactly, well not exactly, but this was about 10 years ago. That's crazy.
Fuck, dude.
10 years ago. How the times have changed.
I feel like we still look the same. Just
feel
like if you were to
don't.
take ratchet photos right now, it would look the same.
I personally really think I look a lot different, but I know that I look the same.
We really did glow up.
Yeah, there's
I
just a lot
might
of
glow
things
down a wee bit, but whatever.
No, I don't think so. I think you look the same.
I think that's enough.
Oh wait, I want to show this one though. The collage with like the blowing of the kids.
With the iPhone.
This is
Dude,
my
you look like your
favorite photo.
sister so much.
This is my favorite photo for a really long time. I had just dyed my hair jet black. I used to dye my hair a lot.
Dude, Tati, you're so influential.
Thank you.
Genuinely, like, I remember thinking, like, damn, this girl's cool. Like, she has a lot of friends.
I did have a lot of
She
friends.
goes out a lot. She's really outgoing. I haven't. Just kidding.
I was really outgoing, like a lot.
Especially because, like, in school, too. Like, you guys went to public school and I went to Alma.
Yeah.
But, like, the stories I would hear of, like, when you guys were at school and stuff. And then, like, during this time, like, when I was a sophomore or a freshman, then, like, I got a boyfriend. So there was, like, a lot of time where, like, we wouldn't hang out and stuff, you know?
I think that was, like, you were, like, cuffed a lot in high school.
Yeah.
And I wasn't. So I would go out a lot on the weekends with my friends.
It was basically the opposite.
Yeah, that's why now I
like
now I
my boyfriends would be worried if I hung out with Tati.
Yeah, that's true. Now it's like the other way around.
Yeah.
Not for long though.
No.
Okay, that was a fun trip down memory lane, but also very embarrassing, and I hope no one took screenshots.
Screenshot Tati. Screenshot which picture you think Tati looks worst in.
Yeah, and I'll repost
best
you.
in.
And then tag me in it. I don't care if you post it, honestly.
Do you think we
post it.
look different? Okay, let's do the same
Okay, let's
pose
see.
so we can see.
Do the little like. That's what you used to do.
What?
Like.
I still kind of do that?
I still do this too. Bye guys.
Wait, thumbnails.
That was a thumbnail.
I just burped.
Yes, yeah.